Okay, before we get to the pictures, let me just run through my day really quickly. Which is, I start out the day, I go out to get my coffee. I had just warned Cindy that Neuron or gabapentin sometimes makes me dizzy. So I about fall in front of the sink. I don't know if I just blacked out for a second or whatever, but just like I said, I haven't been sleeping a whole lot. So I reached over and I grabbed the counter and I managed to keep from falling down. And I'll have some new bruises to go with this one. But anyways, that's how I started out my day. And yeah, and then I progressed to uh, feeling somewhat ambitious. So I dug my printer out of the closet. It's sitting on the bed next to me. I installed it in this computer and I got it hooked up and it's working and everything. But then, I'm trying to figure out how to print up shipping labels, but I don't want to fuck it up because they'll just have to buy new postage. I don't know if they, you know, I guess you can void a shipping label, but it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So, but they have adhesive shipping labels that are like made, like these envelopes that I use are 8x5s, and the shipping labels are all 8.5 by 5.5, but I don't think it'll matter. I mean, I don't think so. But I guess we'll find out. Maybe I'll sell like one thing and do a test. I don't know. I've only got like 5 things to ship, so I can get my shipping done tomorrow, or send the aid worker out rather. And only 5 people paid. I ate some bad food. Uh, so, and I can maybe send her to Walmart to pick me up some shipping labels, and maybe I can even try it, you know, on Thursday and try the shipping label thing. Now, if the shipping label thing, if I can figure that out, I can sell in mass quantities, which is what I want. I want to get rid of all these fucking cards, and that will be cool. You know, I just want out of the business, and the way to do that, and I got like thousands of these little tiny mailers, so it'll be like it's okay to make, $2 to $5 at a time off of something if you do it like in bulk. But it's not okay. That's why I'm not screwing around. Like I got one auction that went for 71, another that went for 26, another that went for 30. You know, so I'm not screwing around with like nickel and dime shit, which I have a lot of nickel and dime shit. I just want to get rid of all of it, and I don't like it. I just want it to stop. So, uh, almost fell down in the morning. My nerves are frazzled because I sat there and I watched stupid, uninformative videos about how to use eBay shipping, and I didn't get. I got the battery in my scale, so my scale is good to go as far as weighing out packages, and I mean, it's not a matter of me being smart enough to figure this shit out. It's a matter of me being in horrific pain, which gives me no patience with anything. So my nerves are a bit frazzled right now, to say the least. And I'm in a lot of pain because the charming people at Walmart, speaking of Walmart, decided to leave a very heavy package as far away on the porch as possible. So I had to limp out there with the cane after almost falling down in the morning and like roll this package because I had to buy more cat food, always buying cans of cat food. And I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I don't even know that cat's name, if it has a name, or who that cat belongs to. It's like, why am I feeding him the same expensive cat food as my cat? So I bought him the cheap cat food. And if he wants to fight my cat for the good cat food, so be it. If he's really honest to God hungry, he'll eat that Purina crap. That my cat's like, seriously? Seriously, I waited all night for this. You want me to eat this? So I saw the gray cat that I kind of hear him off in the distance because he just like pitifully meows. He has a very recognizable meow because he's like third on the totem pole. But I saw him and I'm like, you're fat as fuck. Why are you even meowing at me? And then like I had I opened one of the Purina cans and put it in the dish and lowered it down. Of course, my cat didn't want it after I fed him tuna fish this morning. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" So I swung it over to the gray cat, and the gray cat looked at it and was like, "Nope, I'm not eating that either." So you know, uh, my dad always had that expression, "You get hungry enough, you'll eat," which unfortunately I found out to be true. And so today I got a headache, I got a bruised arm, and my legs hurt, and had to lift things. I had to carry my printer out. I made an effort. I made an effort. I tried. You know, didn't get a whole lot accomplished, but I tried. And so I was like, well, I can just, for my own amusement and possibly your amusement, I can show you pictures of what I looked like when I was 34 and I was on the best vacation of my life. Unfortunately, I was with the worst photographers in the world. I should have just stuck with incremental repetition and said, I'm, I was on the best vacation of my life, but I was with the worst photographers of my life because these people can't take a picture to save their lives. Um, but anyways, I was in a $3 million condo in Hilton Head, uh, looking like a bum, man, and just wearing the same clothes all the damn time. So I had no money, and here's me, and the guy in the white shirt is my foster brother. I am the really, really, really skinny guy. And I believe that's my Aunt June in the middle of us. But those doors in the background beside the ornate mirror were like the front doors. They had like the two doors that opened because it was a condominium on the beach. And yeah, so it had like crazy staircase. So there's me on a staircase in the same clothes, of course, because I didn't have any clothes or money, and I did not belong at all in Hilton Head, California, or Hilton Head, South Carolina, which is it's a gated community to the point where you have to show ID, and they have like the cop with the raising gate, like you know you have to have like you have to have some sort of identification to get into this place. It's just a famous rich community. But anyways, that's like the top of the stairs that are shown in this picture with the beginning of the stairs. And that's like 3 floors up. And then if you go back that way, it went up to a fourth floor that had a platform that took you out onto the beach. Or it took the platform out. See, I'm doing really well today. The platform was like you could see the whole beach, you could see the ocean, and that's where I saw the black porpoises. And I'm not a porpoise racist or anything like that, but I wanted to see blue dolphins. So I guess it's okay, I wasn't looking for white dolphins, so me being disappointed over the black dolphins wasn't that bad. But anyways, so here's the other picture. This is the deck, and that's the Pacific Ocean in the background. And I guess it was at dusk or something like that. You can see me. I'm the tallest guy, of course. And the other people, why should I bother naming them off? But there's my foster brother. And that guy was cool. That guy was I think they called him a tunnel rat in Vietnam, but he's cool. I liked him. And I can't even recognize the other people in the picture because it's too dark. But you can always recognize me by the same damn shirt. I don't, I don't, did I forget to pack any other shirts? So here's the last picture of me waking up hungover and hammered. And somebody took this picture as a joke. And yeah, you can tell by the expression on my face and my huge mustache that I'm not very happy. Same shirt, same clothes. I'm not sure what I have in my pocket. I don't even know. Uh, but yeah, I had like looks like an A shirt or something underneath there. Yeah, you can tell by the expression on my face. It's like, yeah, the world was not that good that morning. It's like, what did I drink the night before? So yeah, okay. Now the interesting thing about that vacation is I went from Hilton Head, California, to which and stayed there for 3 days, which is also I have one good picture from there. Also went to these exclusive like lakes. That's the one good picture maybe out of all of them where you can see me. Of course, I have a different shirt on. It's all like it looks like it's hanging very weirdly off of me, and I have a whole lot of hair and a whole lot of mustache, and I'm still taller than my foster brother standing next to me. And those lakes were like Saint. They were like they had names of people like Thomas, Lake Henry, or whatever like that. But there's nothing out there, man. I mean, nothing. It was the most, what'd you call it? The most wilderness I was ever in. You didn't hear any cars. There was no light. When it got dark, it got dark. So that made that interesting. But the cool thing about that vacation is we went from the penthouse to the outhouse, man. We went from Hilton Head, um, South Carolina, to a trailer park in Florida, in Wekiva Falls, famous for its sulfur springs, and it smelled down there, man, because the water was sulfurous and poisonous. So you had this water that ran by this trailer park, but you wouldn't dare drink it or eat any fish out of it. It was full of fish. There was like huge alligator gar in there, and uh, uh, largemouth bass and all kind of stuff in there. But it's the place smelled like hell. It smelled sulfurous. So yeah, man, I need an antacid. Ugh. So anyways, so we went from there to the trailer park, and here's me in the trailer park looking like gaunt. I mean, can you get any skinnier than that? I don't know. But I'll hold up a little bit. I'm wearing like my patented green weird pajamas. And yeah, I'm 34 years old there. And apparently very lazy at the time because usually I would be lifting weights. And I obviously hadn't been doing much of that. It's like I look like the letter I with that big giant head. And yeah, that was in this guy's trailer. This is when we went fishing on the ocean. And that's my cousin in Florida looking, dare I say, handsome. Dare I say that he could pass for a young Robert Shaw from Jaws, Quint. But yeah, we went deep sea fishing. And that's my cousin that I talk about sometimes on here. That I talk to in Florida. Real cool guy. Real good attitude about life in general. And that's his trailer that I was in there. And you can't tell probably from the picture. But I got a piece of a big cigar in my mouth because my niece had bought me and had actually smuggled a giant Havana cigar, like a real Cuban cigar. I couldn't smoke that thing, man. It was way too strong. So there's some pictures. Those are that was a cool vacation though, man, because I got to go from a $3 million condo on the beach in Hilton Head, California, and have a whole bunch of people looking at me like, how'd this guy get in here? To a place where I fit right in, the trailer park. Yeah. Did some deep sea fishing and didn't catch a whole lot. Let's see. I thought I had these in order. I guess I didn't. Okay, well, we'll do random pictures then. I have no idea how old I am here, but I'm clean shaven and holding up the biggest carp I ever caught, which doesn't look very big because I'm very big. And, there's my hair that everybody always used to swoon over. And then the occasional homosexual would run his hands through. Here's me. Here's a night picture of me the day that I caught the biggest bass I ever caught in my life. Just striking the pose. And, yeah. Nobody could pick me out of a lineup if this guy was beside that guy. This is a very good picture, actually. Here's a picture of the pier that I always talk about. We go fishing at with all the current. You can see the cliffs, and you go fishing there in the autumn, so it's really quite beautiful. You see all the trees on that cliff, and you get all that color. And I seem to be missing like a whole bunch of pictures. I don't know where they're at, though. I probably gave them away. I give everything away, so that pier like goes on forever. And you can see how rough the water is. And then we'll stick with that particular theme. Here's another view of the Niagara River. And let me look at the picture, see what we're looking at. No, you probably can't see any of the particulars. What is that a picture of? Well, this thing right here is a power plant that it fuels like most of the electricity on the most high. It's a hydroelectric type of deal using the Niagara River, and it fuels most of the power on the eastern seaboard. So when we used to go fishing off of that pier, you could stay all night there. And then 9/11 happened. And so that was considered a terrorist target. So they throw you out of there when it gets dark. And that sucked. Because if you have to drive from northern Ohio all the way to Niagara Falls, New York, to fish in the Niagara River, and that means you got like a 4-hour fishing day, because it's like, if you're lucky, you might get there in 4.5 hours in a 4.5 hour drive. And if you got a 4.5 hour drive there and a 4.5 hour drive back, you want to fish as long as you possibly can, or as long as you can possibly take it. And here's a little fish that I caught that I made look like a big fish on the pier. And that's why you go, is you catch these trout. And there's me with my dimples, which people also seem to like, of the female species. Like the hair and they like the dimples. The mustache they were very iffy about, but I don't know why I hung with the mustache for so long. But anyways, you have to have these big long nets here with the handles to reach over top of that railing over there and reach down to the water. And then this is not an attractive picture at all, but my fish is right there. And it's a 26-pound salmon, a Chinook king salmon, and that's the first one I ever caught. I can tell it's mine because it's got blood on it. Somebody threw a bloody fish on top of my fish and got blood all over it. This little tiny one right here is the only one that my foster brother caught, which he snagged and kept, and you're not allowed to do that. But he's like, I got to come home with something. It's too damned embarrassing. But yeah, he was fighting fish all day, but he had no clue how to land them. And then I landed this fish, and then while he netted it and while he was putting it on the pier, I was like, and that's how you do that. Because I only had like 3 bites all day, so I knew if I hooked the fish, I would have to get it in. I had no luck as far as getting bites. Whereas he was fighting fish like all day and losing them. Matter of fact, he couldn't work the next day because they fucked up his shoulder. They're very powerful when you have to deal with the current, too. And here is me acting silly, which that's a surprise, in my sister's house. I might be in my 20s here, I don't know. But I put shades on and I struck a pose. And, I mean, my usual shirtless, my natural shirtless state. But, yeah, that's me in my sister's house. I just put sunglasses on and was acting silly. And this is a really weird picture. I used to sit on the ground fishing all the time. My fishing rod got pulled in the water, and I had to dive in there, so I had a camera with me. I took a picture of my legs, which got all banged up. And yeah, it doesn't even show up. The blood and the scratches and stuff doesn't even show up, but there's the bread that I was fishing with, because I used to go carp fishing with bread like I've described before, and float off the water. I seem to be wearing some kind of jeans shorts or something, and my feet are kind of like hanging over the edge of the water, and I'm already wet because I had already jumped in the water. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, that's my nephew holding up a snapping turtle that I caught in the same park. You can see the park in the background. And I don't know how old he is there, but that's a very old picture because he's 6'3" and weighs about 280 now. And that's probably 25 years ago, which means my legs were 27, because I think that happened on the same trip, but I'm not sure. That's called Monument Park for the McKinley Monument. And yeah, so I don't have very many pictures or anything, so this won't take long. I don't know if this is tedious or not, or interesting. We'll stick with the nephew picture. And this one I just was a setup picture, though I did let him clipper all my hair off. But that's me in my 20s when I was pretty much stone crazy. And that's my nephew with his looking like a chimp with his mouth open in the clippers. And yeah, I told him, man, clipper off my hair. And my people just kind of knew how I was, so they weren't surprised at all. It's like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, because I want to. And so anyways, yeah. So I was like, how would you like to do it, Michael? And he's like, what? And I was like, how would you like to just go ahead and turn your uncle into a baldy? Go ahead. And so, like, he was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. So, yeah, I went ahead and let him clipper my hair off. And obviously, he was enjoying himself. Either that or I can't believe somebody could get their mouth open that wide. Looked like he unhinged his jaws. He was just so happy. It's so much fun for kids to get to abuse an adult. Or mock abuse an adult. Anyways, I think this is just another picture of me with my carp looking like Studley Do-Right. All handsome and shit. What a waste. What a waste of good looks. Oh, this is the cool picture of the Niagara place now. That's like this is the bridge between Canada and the United States. I don't know what else is going on in that picture, but as you can see, that water is very turbulent. And it's turbulent because of turbines. They turn on turbines for to generate the hydroelectric power that are situated over here. And so I think I told that story before, but they had to build that pier because it was such a good place to fish that people would go there and they would just stand next, to the water, but they would get drunk or accidentally fall in the water. And if you fall into that, you don't come out, you die. So they had a couple of deaths, and they decided, well, we're going to spend some tax dollar money and just build a pier there, because they had signs up warning people how dangerous it was and everything. And it's like, you can't stop fishermen from fishing. It's just the way it is. But see, these are ponds in Orville, Ohio, that I had. That guy I mentioned that was named Keith had a girlfriend whose parents owned the property that these ponds were on. I think that's the house off in the distance, or it might be I don't know. But there were two ponds like right next to each other, and that's my foster brother, and he's holding a prehistoric fish called a bowfin, which yeah, they're weird fish. But you can see there's a pond over here and a pond over there. One of them had fish in it, one of them didn't. And I don't know what that is in the background. I seem to remember the house was up on a hill, so. But I have stories attached to that place. Was at that place quite a few times. And this is my most interesting picture, because, yeah, this is a picture. I just think it's cool, the whole way it's framed and everything. This was the commencement ceremony for my niece when she graduated boot camp. And that's I guess, a sergeant type of dude speaking. But this dude over here is my brother-in-law, Wizard. And this dude over here is my dad. And it's just cool the way it's framed and everything. It's a nifty picture. So, yeah, they both went down. I forget the name of it's in South Carolina. No, it's in North Carolina. It's in one of the Carolinas, but I forget where boot camp occurs. It's in one of the Carolinas. I don't remember. I'll remember later, like always, but I don't remember now. I don't ever plan any of these. But yeah, that's my favorite picture, just because of the way it's framed, and it's just a cool picture. I mean, look at that. That's gorgeous. It's couldn't have staged it any better. I mean, the guy making the speech for the commencement ceremony is like dead center. You got all that ground, and then you got the trees in the background, and then you got my dad here, juxtaposed almost exactly with my brother-in-law. And my brother-in-law is like old enough to remember the Kennedy assassination, and my father was born in 1933, so he just narrowly missed going in the Korean War. And that's about it. I don't have a lot of pictures, but I bought stamps, and I will send stamps over to my brother and ask for any other pictures if people like pictures. Some people like pictures. I don't like pictures. I like that picture just because it's a cool picture. It's like a well done picture. So that's about it. There's no reason to drag this out any further. And yeah, I think I will find one though. You know me, I'll find one. Just how many pictures I had. Those are the only ones that were worthwhile, man. Talk about bad photographers. Good Lord. But yeah, there's a picture of the snapping turtle. There's a picture of one of my aunts with a gigantic piece of food in her mouth. she looked like a damn snake swallowing something. This woman's name was Jan, and she died of ALS. This is a cat that I didn't throw this picture out, but this is a cat that I took in off the street. That phone is actually a very important part of my memories, and this gives a hint to how old this is, because this is a videotape box from Video Time Video Store. And the phone, somehow, it was like a very important part of my existence. I don't know why, but the cat has his little pillow, and he's just sitting on top of his little pillow. And he wasn't a little cat, but he's all curled up there, and he looked small. And I don't know, I didn't throw that picture out, um, even though nothing but bad memories associated with me being a bad pet owner. Somebody sleeping off a drunk on a couch. This is the kind of quality of photography we're talking. A very good picture of a mean cat. There's a very mean cat in my foster brother and aunt's house on the road to Niagara. I don't know why anybody took that picture or what the point of that picture is. I can't show you that picture just on principle. I believe. Yeah, that's the Keith guy. His nickname is Fish, and you can figure that one out. But that's the guy that was like, "I'm out of here" when my brother lost his temper that one day, and he was like, "I don't care if I don't have a ride. I'm walking. I don't have nothing to do with no police for me." And I think he was the guy that was in the car that screamed, "Just drive, just drive. We got warrants." And we tried to go around the transsexual barriers on the train tracks, and the windows were open because it was summertime, and we caught like the end of the barrier in the passenger window and just snapped it off and broke it in three places. Now we really need to drive to get away from there. Um, There's me in the act of actually catching the snapping turtle. That snapping turtle got a lot of play. Another picture of my nephew with the snapping turtle. I can't show some of these just, because I don't know if the people that would like them or not. There's my aunt who is holding up a bass in front of those Orville ponds. That she's still with us, I guess. But she's the one that I thought was going to die and was all freaked out over. And then she pissed me off, and, I don't know. Yeah, it's a good picture of those ponds. Spent a lot of time at those ponds. And show you that picture. This is a cute picture of this person had like spinal surgeries before they had them figured out. I can't remember her name. I can only remember her last name. But she was the reason why we got to stay in the condo at Hilton Head. Is because she worked for a doctor that was so rich that he had a condo and didn't stay there, and was like trusted her to invite bums like me there who got hammered and drunk and whatnot. And there's a lot of weed smoke there too. Um, One of those pictures of those ponds in South Carolina, that's where I got like really fucking stoned. And I got so stoned, it's like the people that I was with, they started speaking like a foreign language, and I'm like, man, I'm really high. I don't know. This guy used to like grow his own weed. I'm like, I'm really high. I just need to be away from people. So like, they were discussing what this bird was off in the distance. So I walk around this St. Thomas Lake, or one of those remote lakes we were at out in the wilderness, and I'm just sitting there like with my head spinning and shit. I hear this couple. I turn around and look, and less than 10 feet away from me, a huge golden eagle is rising up out of the water, and it's got the biggest bluegill I've ever seen in its claws, and it's slowly gaining steam, and I'm like seeing trails off of it and shit. I'm like, oh, am I really seeing this? And it was, yeah, it's one of the cooler things I've ever seen. But I mean, it hit the water so hard, I didn't even jump. I was so stoned, I didn't even jump. You think I'd jump, but I mean, it hit like right over there. And I turn around and look, and then like I said, and it rose slowly out of the water. But that was the bird that they were discussing before they started speaking Martian, and I couldn't understand them anymore. They were like, "That's an osprey. No, that's a seahawk." And I was like, I come back and I said, "You're all wrong. It was a golden eagle." And they're like, "How would you know?" And I said, "Because I just seen it. I just caught a fish right in front of me." This is a gigantic freighter that was on the ocean. That's not an interesting picture at all. No story behind that. This is a ooh. This is a dog that went mental, named Spike. Somebody's playing tug of war with it, but it tried to attack some old guy in the graveyard, and it was pulling me like I couldn't dig in to stop this dog from attacking this guy. And I was trying to dig my heels in, but I was in the snow, and it was in a graveyard, and the guy was probably there visiting his dead wife or something like that. Some old guy. His dog just it turned rabid and went mental and tried to attack him, and I couldn't stop him. So I'm like, I can't stop him. I'm just sliding around. I'm just sliding like he like I'm on a sled and he's a reindeer. And it's like, well, option B. I ran alongside him and I kicked that dog in the side as hard as I could, and he did the ike 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 thing, and then the whole way home he didn't trust me, man. He kept looking back at me like, he didn't trust me at all. And I'm like, dude, you did that, trying to attack old people. And that old guy was so stupid. He was like, well, maybe he smelled a squirrel on me or something. And I'm like, that dog snapped like right next to his face, right when I kicked him. It's like it was a real touch and go. That dog about bit your face off, dude. Worthless pictures, worthless pictures. Like this is the kind of, that's a very nice picture of a duck at night. Yeah. Well, there's my, tell which guitar is mine because it's left-handed, but there's my black and white Stratocaster, um, a double neck guitar and an SRE guitar, but of course mine is the left-hander right here. And yeah, love that guitar. Bought it in 1996, sold it sometime while I was living here because the frets got worn down on it, and I didn't understand that. Oh, that could be fixed. Well, here's that guy. Here's the doors open on the condo, and the guy that was the Vietnam tunnel rat guy. That's a relation of mine. He was my favorite guy that was on that trip. I think that trip went really well because I don't think my foster brother acted like an asshole on that trip. We went on quite a few trips together, especially to Florida, which is why it's such a shame that I had to set Shiva between him and me. Is because our histories are so bound up together. And here's him on the porch at a house that I could walk 10 minutes to. Those are the people. That's the house that I moved into the neighborhood for. Um, yeah, terrible pictures. Oh, that's my. Boy, she looks good there. Time and drugs are a horrible thing. Yeah, I think yeah, that's my foster brother. That's Keith, and that's my cousin. That's my cousin Kelly. You didn't recognize her. Her hair is very blonde in that picture. There's another bowfin. Those weird prehistoric fishes. I imagine it's boring. I don't know. Here's an interesting view of like that condo. It had these big windows. You could even like sit at the table and look out at the Atlantic Ocean. And then it had a deck. You could go out and drink coffee on the deck. And I mean, it was right on the beach. There was nothing between you and the beach. Here's the deck. And you can see the palm trees and stuff. But there's the deck. And I'm not sure who the people are in the picture at all. I don't remember. But you got the one picture. That's an interesting thing. You got the one picture, like these windows or these right here. That's looking out on the ocean. So you kind of get that. But yeah, I doubt I'll ever be in a $3 million condo again. So that's one opportunity I didn't waste. Since I'm so good at wasting opportunities. Um, it's a nice picture of my foster brother and his mama, and one of those wilderness lakes. I don't know. There was three of them. There was a chain of three of them, and this is a cool guy. This is another one of my cousins, but clearly, like, what the hell, man? That's the surprise picture. Look, I don't. It looks like it might have been in the trailer. I don't know where that picture was taken. I don't know. Wherever that picture was taken, it was very cloudy. Random seasick guy. I don't know, on our deep sea fishing trip. Just complete stranger. Somebody thought whoever had the camera thought it would be fun to take a picture of a seasick guy. So, anyways, well, that was actually kind of worthwhile. Looking through some of the cast offs. Yeah, I did a little bit of prep work and I dug out what I thought were the important pictures. Yeah, that's the end of this overlong um, storybook hour. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember since I have so little social interaction and I'm such a hermit. I can't remember if it's annoying or not to have other people show you their pictures and tell you the stories behind them. I don't know. So this might have been a very annoying video. And for that, I apologize deeply and sincerely. Um, I just feel horrible. I feel mortified. The shame will stay with me till the end of my days. I will try to do some sort of public service and some sort of good for humanity. And I will keep talking until I can. I have a feeling the rest of the day is going to suck anyway because of lifting boxes, falling down, lifting things, lifting the printer out of the closet and carrying it in here. And my legs hate me. So, yeah. Oh, I got a stupid message on my phone. Not that kind of stupid message. Not no like somebody trying to buy drugs off me message, but it was from like my psychiatric nurse, but it had like a different freaking number on it, and it was like yes or no as far as I guess they do it through text now. As far as like, are you going to keep your appointment? Are you going to cancel it? Like I'm like, why would I cancel a telephone call? I'm like, what are they talking about here? So I actually had to make a phone call into the office and make sure I had a telephone appointment and not a going in appointment. It's like, why would you cancel a telephone call? Like, nope, I cannot spare 10 minutes at 11:30. That's when I was planning to have an enormous bowel movement. I mean, what kind of sense does that even make? The appointments or whatever, like 20 or 15 to 20 minutes, and I have to stay on point, describe the doctor's situation, try to get the gabapentin, try to get him to write me a gabapentin prescription, and yeah, because I tend, as this 44-minute video and every video I've ever made in my life just about verifies, I tend to go off script a lot. So, I have to stick to the point tomorrow and not, try to be funny or talk about random stupid shit, which I think is the essence of life, is talking about random stupid shit and finding the absurdity in things. But that might be just me, you know. Like, I was writing serious damn posts about the Browns. And the guy that, I'll give him a plug, Garrett Bush, the guy that's a local Cleveland guy here that has his radio show and whatever, he said, He even said, like, I'll look forward to reading your stream of consciousness posts every week. I'm like, that's not stream of consciousness, dude. That's me staying on point. I was like, I might be a little out there for most people. I don't know. It's like really it's not a stream of consciousness type of thing. I'm trying to analyze the football team and give my opinions on it and stuff. And yesterday was a very good day for Baker Mayfield, though nobody. See, you got to beat a good team, man. You can't like fall flat on your face against the Steelers and then lead a last minute game winning drive versus a team with one win. It's just nobody's gonna care. So hopefully it'll be the beginning of the road back to redemption for Baker Mayfield, so I can get rid of his stupid fucking cards, which I have ridiculous amounts of. And anyways, that's enough. It's enough nonsense for me. Um, yeah, I was. That one picture is outrageous, man. It's just, oh, it's like how does somebody survive? I mean, I look like I was on like a hunger strike. Yeah, this thing. I got the cigar in my mouth. How does somebody survive being that skinny, man? I mean, I was poor and all, but I think I was eating. That, yeah, that is a whole new level of skinny. That is skinny beyond skinny. I'd have put this in the scanner if I knew how to do it, and scan the picture into the computer somehow. But I don't know how to do that shit, and it's too much effort. So I guess I'm not. But that should be my thumbnail, man. And like, buddy, can you spare a dime? Because if you saw that dude, and he was like, "Hey, dude, I need $2 for a sandwich," you'd believe him. Because if I were, yeah, you got the crack thing. Damn it, you got the crack and the meth thing. Shit, makes people look like that too. Man, they gotta fuck things up for just the regular righteous bums like me. That's terrible. But yeah, if that dude asks you for a sandwich, man, I'm pretty sure you're gonna give him a sandwich. Anyways, all right, man. I'm out of here. I'll see you later.